Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, but you can call me Lordy, and today we're back on Paragon once again on the Paragon official website because version 41 patch notes just got released a couple of seconds ago, and we need to cover this news because it's kind of interesting. Some of it's obviously more important than others because obviously the new hero Wraith will be released, a hero balance which is maybe the major part of this update alongside the new hero, and some UI improvements and some things here and there being added to loot crates and skins and stuff like that. I don't really care about that aspect. I really want to focus on the hero balancing and the hero changes overall. So we're going to go quickly through this and do like a quick nice video because I am really tired at the moment. I just wanted to get you guys up to date with what's going on in Paragon as quick as possible. Make sure you smash that like button. It's like really late. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. I hate doing late night videos, but it's become a really bad habit. So let's see what Epic Games and the Paragon team had to say. Obviously, Wraith will get released on June 27th, being the new sneaky Sharpshooter coming to Agora, and there will be a hero overview linked in the description below if you want to watch that for yourself, where it showcases Wraith abilities and pretty much get some tips and tricks by the Epic Games, and they go a little bit more in detail about some of the abilities and how you can use them. So that's cool. Wraith launches with the new store emotes Just Don't, as you see right there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Little shelf, you know what I mean. Hero balancing and card changes. A bit earlier than our normal balance cadence, but for version 41, we want to make some interim changes sooner rather than later. We focus on Phase, Revenant, and MORGIESH, as well as a variety of bug fixes and quality of life changes to Clara, Wukong, and Deca. Clara, her base getting affected, oh my god. But wait, there's more. We are smoothing out cards like Bounty Stalker, Portal Stone, and Tainted Magic to function more in line with our other card updates. Okay, so we have a loot crate update showcasing some new skins. We've seen this Greystone skin before. It was showcased a little bit earlier than expected, alongside the new female skin variations for the first Guardian. Pretty cool, nothing too crazy there. Let's move on to the version 41 hero changes. This is the most important aspect of this. So the general changes, polish and bug fixings, correct the issue which cause heroes to sometimes not receive the appropriate card points. Obviously, that's a major part of the game, using your economy, so if it doesn't work properly, it's kind of annoying. Red damage indicator now properly displays all instances of damage taken from enemy heroes and minions. That is great. Let's move to the next part. Aurora, polish, and bug fixings. Improved collision upon finishing her glacial charge animation. Let's move on to crunch, polish, and bug fixings. Correct the audio issue causing the footsteps sounds to not play. Oh my god, that would be sneaky as hell. Just seeing crunch come out of nowhere, but you couldn't hear him. Oh my god, that would be scary. Deca, Containment Vents. Containment Vents is now a solid wall that only Deca and her allies can pass through. Containment Vents will no longer apply knockback, damage, or a stun. Ooh, that's kind of bad. Is there a buff to this, or is it just like that? Oh, it's a solid wall. Okay, so enemies can't shoot projectiles out of it. Unless that affects your projectiles as well. I don't know. I'm pretty sure enemies can't shoot projectiles out of it. Polish and bug towards Deca. Stasis bomb targeting was completely accurate if rocket boots was activated before confirming the ability. Okay, interesting. Gideon, black hole, initial pool removed, steady pool increased. Steady pool has increased from 300 to 450 units every 0.35 seconds. So pretty much you need a kind of a little bit more setup towards Gideon. Gideon's got that pool still, but it's pretty much, there's no initial pool anymore. It's just going to be overtime pool of 450 units, which is pretty good. But I don't know if it's going to be as effective as before. But either way, that's the slight, I want to say balance, or maybe even a slight buff towards the character. Especially if you're playing in this particular team comp. Greystone, another emote has been added, which I thought that emote was added ages ago. I'm pretty sure I saw that ages ago. Grimmax, polish and bug fixings, correct the issue which caused Grimmax GTFO ability to go on cooldown if the animation was cancelled and the deflector shield was immediately activated afterwards. Grimmax deflector shield now blocks shockwave slow damage. Okay, that's great. Grux, polish and bug fixing, correct the issue causing Grux charge audio to play even if the ability was interrupted. Oh, I remember seeing this glitch. I don't know if it was me playing it or someone else playing it. It glitched with the charge ability and it just kept going on and on. Non-stop, which is really annoying. I don't know if that's the... I'm not sure if that was it, but that was really annoying. Clara's Shadow Walk Fade audio can now be heard by enemies. Ooh. That sucks. Casting Shadow Walk will now play a sound heard by both allies and enemies. Oh my god. These nerfs. It's feeling like Sombra from Overwatch now. Cheat Death audio will no longer play if Clara is already in the Shadow Plane. Okay. Kind of a weird. It's making it easier for people to kill her. I'm gonna be honest. Chimera, polish and bug fixings, ambush now damages only the selected target rather than dealing AoE damage upon landing. That's interesting. The slow effect is now conditional upon the damage being dealt. Tooltip no longer states that it will inflict AoE damage. Okay, so pretty much if you do your damage, you'll be able to slow the enemy, but if you can't land your damage when you jump towards that target, you won't be able to slow that enemy. Okay, And there's no more AoE damage on that ability. Quang, Polishing Bug Fixings. Quang's sword can no longer be recalled during his ultimate animation. Okay. MORGIESH marked mana cost from 75, 85, 95, 105 to 90, 95, 100, and 105. So you can see the mana cost pretty much go really high. Hive damage per dot tick from 20, 32, 44, 56 to 18, 28, 38, and 48. Oh my god. That's getting bad. Hive mana cost from 80, 90, 100, 110 to 100, 115, 130, 145. Pretty much everything is getting balanced or pretty much getting nerfed. If you play that character, it's going to feel like a massive nerf. Sword mana cost from 100, 120, 140, 160 to 80 at all levels. Okay, that's interesting. So you get like a slight buff on one of the abilities, but everything else completely nerfed. Let's move on to the next hero, and that is Murdoch. Polish and Bug Fixings. Long Arm of the Law can now be cancelled if the base attack is double pressed, double clicked immediately after activating. Okay, so that's good. So you don't get stuck in that animation if you want to cancel it. And now we move on to Phase. Phase got nerfed crazy, or pretty much got balanced crazy, so let's see what happened with it. Telekinetic Link cast range decreased from 1900 to 1800. Telekinetic linked tether range decreased from 2500 to 2200. Telekinetic link total health regeneration decreased from 60, 90, 120, 150 to 48, 72, 96, and 120. Telekinetic link health regen duration increased from 2 seconds to 4 seconds. Psychic flare blind duration decreased from 1.5 to 2.5, 3 seconds to 1.25, 1.5, 1.7, and 2 seconds. That's going to really help, because getting blinded by Phase was kind of destructive. Because once you get blinded, you can't do anything. You feel so useless. And I understand that's the point of the ability, but for 3 seconds was kind of ridiculous. Maybe 2 seconds is a good position for it. Maybe even 1.5 at all levels would be better, but we shall see what happens when we get to experience this character in the game in version 41. Polish and Bug Fixings Phase Telekinetic Link tooltip has been updated to reflect the new link mana cost and pull mana cost. Correct the display issue caused by Phase Psychic Flare on ultra wide monitors. Oh my god, that's kind of awkward. Energy Lance audio limited to 1 instance. Correct the issue which caused Phase Blind to function incorrectly when it's going in or out of the shadow plane. This corrected an issue where all heroes would become invisible to counters if she used Shadow Slip while affected by Phase Psychic Flare ability. Okay, that's interesting. I never experienced that ability when I was playing counters, and I've been playing counters quite a bit recently, so that's really awkward that I didn't experience that, because everyone's playing Phase. But that doesn't matter. Let's move on to the next hero that got nerfed as well, most likely, and that is Revenant. Obliterate ability now requires line of sight to lock on to target. Base damage reduced from 120, 200, 280, 360, to 115, 190, 295, and 340. Card scaling reduced from 1.4 to 1.25. Mana cost increased from 70, 75, 80, 85 to 90, 105, 120, 135. Scale mana cost increased from 40, 45, 50, 55 to 50, 60, 70, and 80. So you can see the nerf on pretty much one of his major abilities, Obliterate, followed up by Scar. The mana cost, the damage scaling, everything's got pretty much nerfed on that. So you want to make sure how you use this character, and you want to be careful with how you use him. I don't know if people are going to start building mana regen on this character, because that would be kind of awkward, but or pretty much conserving the mana until they can make a good play and get a guaranteed kill out of it. So you need to play with this really strictly when you play Revenant with this new update changes in version 41. Sevrog. Phantom Rush now sends Sevrog in the direction and the camera is facing when emoting. Remove green colors from Sevrog's smoke skirt and remove green light from basic attacks to help with visual noise. Shinbei. Polish and Bug Fixings. Shinbei can no longer activate her dash while she is stunned, rooted, or silenced. Russian B can no longer be re-triggered if her initial dash is interrupted. I feel like Shinbei's always been the underdog character in the game. Everyone really underestimates her, and I feel like she has so much potential, but that's maybe something we need to talk about in a future video. But right now, that's kind of a little bit of a nerf slash balance on the character, nothing too crazy. Being able to dash out of stuns and roots and silences, that's pretty crazy. I never knew that existed. Let's move on to the next hero, and that's Sparrow. Polish and Bug Fixings. Sparrow's bow no longer floats in air above her when she is knocked up. Better aligns Sparrow Rayna of arrow visual effect with each instance of damage. Steel, Polish and Bug Fixings, Bull Rush, Collision smoothed out will now appropriately knock back enemies who are standing directly in front of Steel when ability activates. And obviously we know Wraith is coming to the game, so that's kind of expected. Wukong, Staff of Legend, mana cost increased from 55, 60, 65, 70 to 90 at all levels. Staff of Legend. That was my phone. Orcs. Staff of Legend cooldown changed from 14, 12, 10, 8 to 12 at all levels. Staff of Legend no longer damages or pushes back targets behind Wukong. Okay, you see another nerf on that character as well. Pretty much, I'm going to say that's a balance. I don't want to say it's too much of a nerf. Then we got the cards, which are the weekly card pack. Don't really care about that. Stasis Gem. Price from 5 CP to 6 CP. Cooldown from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. You see a nerf on that card because everyone was using that card non-stop. So that's really great to see that card have little effect, because this card was needed to be in the Universal Affinity, but it was so easy to get and obtain and be able to use within every fight with no punishment after it. Honestly, go into a fight, do your damage, and then use Stasis Gem, and then get out with maybe Blink Charm, or pretty much end up cleaning up the enemy team. Then the next fight you will have another 30 seconds or 45 seconds from that, you'll be able to use your Stasis Gem once again. So it's going to give it a kind of restriction on how you use it. Polish and bug fixings. Divine Shield now properly blocks shockwave, slow, and damage. Tainted Magic will now correctly apply a damage over time effect from abilities. Bounty Stalker now correctly stacks critical chance on basic attacks. Porter's Throne no longer goes on cooldown if it was cancelled by an emote. Okay, so that's all the major updates. Then you got monolith changes, AI, UI changes. You can see right now, you can pause the video, you'll be able to see it. Nothing too crazy. Replay changes if you want to see that as well. Loot Crate and Monolith Mega Vault update. Nothing too insane there in my opinion. And that is pretty much all. For version 41 initial update, it's pretty settled. Obviously there's a lot of balancing, and the one request from the community was to get rid of the lock-on abilities being so OP, and it looks like they've balanced it out pretty well in my opinion. And this is the initial balance. I'm guessing they're going to do another balance in version 41.3, which is seeming to be the big update for Paragon coming soon. So we need to talk about that in the future, but for right now, version 41 looks pretty good. Wraith is an amazing hero, and I can't wait to experience. And the hero balance changes, I agree with the majority of them. And some of the changes are a little bit too harsh, like the ones towards Clara, making her audio be more visible to all enemies. It's kind of really annoying, because when you try to do like a major play, you're pretty much going to get heard by everyone. So that's kind of annoying. Those are my thoughts on the update. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below, because I'll be able to read your comments and get an idea what are you feeling about version 41. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. So make sure you did enjoy this video, show this below, smash that like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. Make sure you want to see more Paragon Gaming content and Paragon Gaming news. All you have to do is share with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. That is all for this video. Over time to go, but don't you worry. Back very soon. Congrats boys, because I ain't seen nothing yet.